Chanda Ghosh are gearing up to address the media as well. We will cut across in just seconds.
Our board has approved the financial results for the quarter ended 30th June 2013. I'm very happy to report that for this quarter we have recorded a 32% growth in our consolidated profit after tax, which now stands at 2,747 crores for the quarter of June 30th, 2014. This implies that our consolidated return on equity has improved to 15.6% for the quarter, crossing the 15% mark. On a standalone basis, the bank's profit after tax grew 25% and it stands at 2,274 crores for the first quarter of 2014. This also means that our return on assets has increased from 1.51% in Q1 2013 to 1.75% in Q1 2014. The performance has been driven by a healthy growth in the balance sheet. Our domestic loan portfolio grew by 14% on a year-on-year basis. We continue to see a very good traction on our retail lending business. Our mortgage disbursements increased by 36% on a year-on-year basis, and our car loan disbursements increased by 17% on a year-on-year basis. The mortgage portfolio increased by 20% and the car loan portfolio increased by 21%. I must say that as far as the commercial vehicle segment is concerned, we had consciously brought down the growth rates in the last 2 quarters on account of the slowdown in that portfolio, and therefore the commercial business loans have declined by about 19% for us, which, as I said, was a conscious decision. On this basis, we have seen a 26.6% growth on the retail loan portfolio on an organic basis. But as you are aware that earlier we had a large amount of buyout portfolio, and we do not have buyout portfolio or buyout transactions in this quarter. So therefore, on a net basis, the retail asset portfolio shows a growth of 12.6%. The domestic corporate book has grown by 20% and the international book has grown by 8%. Of course, the growth in the international book is mainly on account of the rupee-dollar exchange rate. On a dollar basis, the book on the international business is more or less stable. The loan growth was supported by a very healthy growth on the deposits. We are very happy to say that we saw a healthy growth on the CASA deposits. Our savings account deposits grew by 3,202 crores in this quarter, and our current account deposits were almost the same level as March 2013. So as a result, our CASA ratio improved from 41.9% as on 31st March 2013 to 43.2% on 30th June 2013. The average CASA ratio for the quarter improved to 39%. Based on the healthy growth in advances as well as in deposits, we saw a 20% growth in our net interest income, which stood at 3,820 crores in the first quarter. We also therefore saw a healthy increase in our net interest margins, an increase by about 26 basis points, which means that the net interest margin improved from 3.01% in the same quarter in 2013 to 3.27% in this first quarter of 2014. The non-interest income also grew by 32% on account of growth in treasury income, on account of stable dividend income from the subsidiaries, and a growth in fee income as well. We saw a healthy treasury profit of about 403 crores in this first quarter of 2014. We saw stable dividend income from our subsidiaries, and the fee income grew by about 9% on a year-on-year basis. The bank's cost-to-income ratio has come down to 39.4% for the quarter ended 30th June 2014. Talking of provisions and asset quality, despite the continued weakness in the current environment, our experience on asset quality and the trends on asset quality continue to be broadly in line with our expectations. The net NPA ratio was marginally higher at 0.69% on 30th June compared to 0.64% on 31st March. The provisions for this quarter were 593 crores, compared to 466 crores in the same quarter the previous year. But I must state that this includes higher general provisioning requirement on account of restructuring assets. It also includes a higher provision of about 200 crores compared to the minimum requirements set by RBI, which we have made specifically on certain loans on the corporate and the SME side. The provisioning cover ratio remained healthy at 75.4% at 30th June 2013. The performance of our subsidiaries also continued to remain strong. The life insurance subsidiary made a profit of 364 crores in this quarter, which translates into a return on equity of about 30% on the bank's invested capital in the life insurance company. The general insurance company saw a significant improvement in profits from 83 crores in Q1 2013 to 203 crores in Q1 2014. As you are aware, we had started the steps for rationalizing our capital invested in the overseas subsidiaries. As a first step, we received $100 million from ICICI Bank UK in March 2013. I'm happy to say that during the first quarter of 2014, we continued on this journey and we received a $75 million capital repatriation from ICICI Bank Canada. The bank continues to focus on enhancing the customer service capability and our network. We added 250 branches just in the first quarter of 2014, which included 150 branches in the unbanked rural areas, in the unbanked villages. With this, our total branch network is 3,350 and the total ATM network is 10,902. We also introduced various technology-led initiatives, including the Money to India mobile application, and we continue to have the highest or the largest fan base on our Facebook amongst the Indian banks. Our capital adequacy ratio continues to remain very strong. Based on the Basel III norms, we have an overall capital adequacy ratio of 17.04% and a Tier 1 capital adequacy ratio of 11.72%. As per the Basel III guidelines, actually these numbers do not include the profit for the quarter. But if we were to include the profit for the quarter, then the overall capital adequacy ratio as per Basel III would be 17.39% and the Tier 1 capital ratio would be 12.07%. So this indicates that we have sufficient room to grow based on the existing capital. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ma'am. This is Anirudh here from ET Now. I'd like to firstly understand, in terms of your credit growth, we've seen an overall figure of about 12%. It's slightly lower than most of your peers. So I'd just like to understand whether it's been a conscious decision on your part to not grow the corporate credit portfolio significantly, and what's your outlook on credit growth going forward?
Well, as you saw, while the growth on a total basis appears as 12%, the domestic growth is 14%, which is absolutely in line with the industry growth rate of 14%. In fact, this also excludes the fact that earlier we used to do buyouts and now we are not doing buyouts. So all this is absolutely organic growth. In this, the domestic loan has also grown by 20%. So yes, it's a lower growth compared to 30%, which we used to see the last couple of years, but it still remains strong at 20%.
And my second question is actually a question from one of our viewers. His name is Ramesh Krishnamurthy and he's a shareholder of the bank, and he wants to know firstly whether the bank would be interested in any kind of inorganic growth opportunities, and secondly if you'd be looking at any kind of a stock split or any further ways of rewarding your shareholders.
Well, on general basis, we are always, open to ideas, but as of now, we do not have any inorganic growth plans, in the offing, and similarly, none of the other stock-related plans in the offing.